It's Love You to Life podcast. I was about to say we in Love You to Life land.
We are in Love You to Life land. Welcome to the group chat. We in Love You to Life land.
Welcome to the group chat. You guys loved that episode so much, we decided we were going to do it again. Welcome to the group chat. Let y'all know some of the stuff that's going back and forth between us, the little memes that we share, the little stories that we share from TikTok or Instagram or Facebook.
Now look, I do have to call them out a bit because ain't nobody tagged me in nothing good. So tag me in something. I want to see the Tiki keys in between time. So tag me. I want to see it. All of our social media handles are around this recording wherever you are seeing it, and we want to get tagged in the good stuff
for sure.
Because this one that I would have loved someone to tag me in this one that I'm bringing to the group chat.
Okay, well, I don't think you said I don't know nothing about this.
I did not share this one with you because I was saving it for Love You to Life land. Okay.
Okay. Now, Cal, when you post this video, or when you post it, will they be able to click the links and see them? Were we able to get that done last time?
I tried.
Okay, we're going to try to put it in there so you guys can see them, but we'll let you know the handles of the people so you can go back and watch them for sure.
Oh, I'm not giving a handle, but that's fine.
What? You don't get the handle?
No, because I don't think she deserves it. Anyway,
I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is going. Help us, Lord. I don't know where this is going because I don't know. I'm out. I don't know.
Okay, so this video came across my feed, and so guys, here's the thing, and I think we've mentioned this before, but sometimes when something come across your feed, the comments are better than the actual video.
Yes, I love the comment. Yes.
And then you might get like a reaction or a stitch or whatever. It just keeps getting gooder and gooder and gooder. So this video came across my feed, and this woman was like laughing. She's in Kroger and she's walking through the store and she shows herself and her husband. And she says, y'all, this woman came up to my husband. Y'all, it's crazy, y'all. And she's talking. And I'm like, okay, where is this going? Hopefully somebody didn't get like ridiculous and hit on your husband.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
In Kroger. And she says, she asked my husband to reach something up on the shelf for her. And then my husband knew exactly what to do. He looked at me and was like, babe. And I was like, that's right, you better. Y'all, this woman is making these stands that if you approach a husband and wife and ask the husband, who's obviously taller than the wife, to reach something on a shelf for you, just asking people to be normal and human and neighborly, that you need to ask the wife for permission to ask her husband, can your husband get the toilet paper off the top shelf? And she seriously thought that was a real thing that's supposed to happen. Y'all, the way they ate her up in these comments, and I feel bad because they ended up eating her husband up too. And the boy was just an bystander. There was like, ain't nobody want your husband. I was like, wait a minute, that's not even what this is about. That's not even what this is about, y'all. Don't be mean to him because he is just loving his wife. He's just trying to be a good husband. He think it's normal for people to have to ask for permission to help another human being out. And I'm like, he doesn't know. Please don't get on top of him. Leave him alone. But she thought that was normal, and they ate her up alive.
I don't want them to eat her up for that. But can I play devil's advocate for 1 second? In this world where people are like saying that they like married men, I mean, sometimes I think folks might overreact because they don't know what bag somebody coming out of.
It was, she didn't say, you look so good. She said, can you reach the tissue paper on the top shelf? Now, if she would have asked him to carry something to her car or something like that, we could have said, no, you need to get an employee. And the fact that he can't make his own mind up to reach the tissue paper for her.
I mean, my husband.
What kind of conversations did y'all having?
I wouldn't care, but I will say that there are some people whose boundaries are bad, and so maybe wifey just was like, I don't want her getting this twisted. But I mean, I can never see Reggie asking me.
You see what I'm saying? What self-respecting man gonna ask? Some of the people in the comments were like, if my husband asked me, could he help another human being? I would think there was something wrong with him. Like some of the people were really like,
it's just not happening. But I also don't really see a world where I'm asking where I'm asking somebody to get something for me off the shelf. Would you? I probably would have already looked for an employee.
I mean,
what?
The not soft version of me probably would have climbed the thing out of myself.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
But
saying?
if I'm standing there, the new version of me, the version of me that asks for what I want so that I can receive and has the capacity to
Yeah.
be soft and feminine, like that new version of me might
Mhm.
have been said like,
Mhm.
"Hey, can you reach that?" Like I might would do that now. But y'all, here's the other piece. I live in a
What?
small town. So that's kind of stuff we do in a small town. Like
Right.
if you just happen to see somebody be like, "Oh, can you hand me that? Oh, can you hand me that?" Like that's a very small town thing to do. Um, but I wouldn't have when I was married, expected my husband to ask me, "Can he get the tissue off the top
Never,
shelf?"
never in a million years. And like, there's so many things that you have to ask me today. Please don't ask me, can you get toilet paper down for somebody at the
I don't
grocery
need to
store?
make Nan done the decision about something
You
so
know what
silly.
I'm saying? Like,
So,
as many
that was
decisions as
one of the videos that I was just like, "This is so ridiculous, she need to stop."
well, here's the thing, y'all. Let's talk about the comments for a second. Folks be going ham in the comments. And sometimes that is the funniest thing about a story. It's not even the story. It's just about because I look at it and I be like, we are so silly. Like sometimes I just look at it, I'm like, we are so silly. And and the memes that we'll put and the gifts that we'll put in the comments too are so silly. And it was funny to me because one of those posts I made on TikTok that went viral last month, and it was like tenderism. And they put the little tenderism man in the
Mm.
comment. I was just like, I don't know. What's the man name? What they call the
I
man?
don't really even know the man's name, to be honest. I don't
I
know what
gotta find
restaurant
it.
he represents. I don't know none of it. I don't have
You
no
gotta find
real
me out.
reference for it at all.
But people
It's
was
Mr.
putting a
Tenderism.
little
This was like
putting respect to the elder in the man in the comments, putting his thing in there and putting tenderism underneath the under the post that I made. And I was like, okay, y'all funny. I just love it. Y'all funny to me. So the comments really do. I mean, you can get a good cackle. And I hate I missed that one that you tried to send earlier in the week. You sent something and then we went and looked at it and it wasn't there anymore?
I have no
Okay, anyway,
idea. I have no idea.
anyway. Okay, my turn. Welcome to the group chat. Welcome to the group
Welcome
chat.
to the group
One of the
chat.
things that
Welcome.
I really have been paying attention to is Black-owned bed and breakfast and resorts.
Mm.
Kinda on my bucket list to be able to hit those. One of the things that we love doing as a family is whenever we're going somewhere, we always try to incorporate Black history or some sort of experience, that is culturally aesthetic, to what we're doing. And so most of the time it's gone really well. Sometimes it hasn't. Like there was one time, San Diego, we call ourselves going to the Black History Museum. It was not a museum, it was somebody's house. That didn't work.
Oh, no.
It worked. It takes Reggie to talk about that one. He has to tell you about that one. But for the most part, we have done a really good job of either hitting a restaurant or some sort of experience that is about Black history. And so y'all let me know, have y'all gone to the Salamander Resort and Spa in Middleburg, Virginia? The pictures of it look beautiful. And I'm just wondering, do you guys like it? What are you guys thinking? Have you been there? The person who highlighted it this time, her name is Sydney Alexandra, Sydni Alexandra on TikTok. But this is not the first time I've seen it. I've saved it in my little folder. I have a little folder of destination stuff I call travel treasures. Travel
Mhm.
treasures. So that as I'm planning trips and I get ready to go places, I always hit that little collection of videos and go there and check them out and see if there's something I want to incorporate in one of my trips. So you guys do know that, right? That you can save your videos and categorize them by what you want to do. So yes, so the Salamander Resort and Spa is one I want. And I have this other one here, Lauren Black Girl Travel, Lauren LAUREN / Black Girl Travel. She highlighted some beautiful places. She's got Spice Island Beach Resort, all Black owned. Stonefield Resort, Thorn Tree Resort in Zambia. Woo. St. Lucia, Grenada. And then there's some others. She's got the salamander listed too. That's another reason why I saved her. So you guys let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about bed and breakfast, about Black owned resorts? How was your experience? Have you done it? Because I'm always trying to circulate my money in the community when I am doing my travel experiences. So that's one of the ones I wanted to share with y'all. This one is Bingham River House in the United Kingdom, Black owned, Mabano Manor in Zimbabwe. Hey, I'm ready to go. You know I'm ready to go.
I really think I used to think that, like, a bed and breakfast would just, like, gross me out, like, it just feels
What?
like too much like, because 'cause they're usually old. Maybe it's coming up from, like, being raised in an old house. Maybe that's part of it.
Okay.
Um, but so maybe that's maybe that's part of it, but I do like the appeal of it now is more and, y'all know I have on my plan to go sleep at a treehouse. Y'all know that's still on my plan.
Yes, we know about the treehouse.
So and it's gonna happen in 2026. I probably honestly, I see myself I don't know that I'm gonna take any, like, big, big trips in 2026, but I see some little, like, weekends, some little getaways, some little 3
I'm
days.
really feeling like a 4-dayer. I'm feeling like
Yeah, I really think that
several
that's the direction
4-dayer.
I'm going because,
Mhm,
sometimes you stay longer than 3 or 4 days. It's just like, I'm done now.
mhm,
I've seen what I need to see. I'm ready to go.
mhm.
So,
Do you wanna
I'm
stay at
cool
the
with
treehouse
that.
for 4 days?
I don't know if that's a 4 day. I think that might be a 3 day.
'Cause what's the community around the treehouse?
Trees, man, trees.
Okay, okay.
There's other
Now
tree houses, and like most of them are like in smaller areas. So like you could go into town, and there might be like you wouldn't have to like live in the tree, but you could like
in
go into
town
like I think there might be some down in Brown County, maybe.
it's very much giving Little House on the
There's
Prairie.
definitely one
You're
in
gonna have to let
Brownsburg.
me know. You're gonna have to let me know how this goes. I
I
need you
just
to vlog the
I
whole
really probably need to go by myself because I don't think my children would really get it. I don't
Hey,
think they would really get the vibe.
life first, please tell her to vlog the whole experience so we can see what this is that she doing. Vlog the
Um,
whole thing. Cause when you talking about going to town, that's giving very much Walnut Grove and Mankato.
I mean, first of all, why are we gonna talk there? You wouldn't have went to Walnut Grove? You wouldn't like have done the tour?
A Walnut Grove?
Yeah, I
I
would have
mean,
done it.
I wanna see Walnut Grove.
Yeah, I would
If
do
it was
it.
around
I
right
would do
now,
it.
I wanna go. Sure. If it was around right
Yeah.
now, I would go.
So I mean,
Do you
like,
have
now, do I want to live in it? I don't want to
no,
live in it. Like,
'cause
my
Mankato was a
version of a
livable
small
place.
town is where I live right now. I can't get no smaller than this. I can't get no smaller than this. Okay, we got
I
multiple
like your small
stores, multiple shopping areas. This is as small as I'm gonna be able to live.
I
Okay,
like
but I could visit something smaller.
okay. So we'll vlog it for us so that we can see if we wanna do it too.
Okay.
We love a
All
treehouse,
right,
y'all.
so my video is one that's a little bit more like businessy.
Okay.
So there's a podcast called Off the Record, AWF, the record.
Never heard of that. Okay.
And I forget her name. Like her one of like I think one of the girls' names is like Janet or Jeanette. I don't know exactly how you say it, but I'm not sure about the other person's name. Um, but they had this video and I thought this was a really good idea. And she said, I want you to treat your job like it's a lease, not a mortgage.
Ooh.
And I thought, you know what? Tenderest. Because anything whether you're talking about a job or a business, I think a lot of times we get caught up in that sunk cost fallacy where every single thing that we put into it, we keep holding on to get everything out of it. And sometimes you just get what you get. Like, like you got it and it's time to get gone. But if you think about it like a lease, like if you're leasing an apartment, every so often you're gonna decide whether or not you want to renew. Oh, this continues to work for
Right.
me or it doesn't.
Right.
Oh, this is what I want to have, or nope, I'm ready to upgrade, I'm ready to downgrade, what have you. When you have a mortgage, you feel like you're committed to it, like you know that this is yours, you own it, and you invest in it. And the truth is, when you're talking about a job, you should go show up and do a good work, but they'll fire your butt. They'll lay your butt off. So if you're giving it your all, and we come from a period of time where our parents were definitely like people where their expectation was get into a job, working for 30 years, retire. I don't know that my children, I don't think most of my children have that perspective at all because they realize like you put in your 2 weeks notice. And I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. You put in your 2 weeks notice, they'll fire you this afternoon.
They sure will. Won't even let you stay. And you
So you're
trying to do
trying
the
to
right
do a good job, and you're trying to be helpful, and and they be like, "Nope, you can go ahead." And I saw like a layoff video, and they they put the teams meeting on her calendar before the teams meeting. Like the teams meeting was like a 30-minute something or other, right? They were done within 15 minutes. By the time she got off the call, her access was gone. She couldn't access her email, her what is that the little like messaging chat, like she could do any of it, like it was gone that fast. So when you're thinking about what you're building, whether you're building your business or you're working for someone or you're building a career, you really should be thinking along the lines of, is this still working for me? Is it
is this
not? Asking yourself those
mhm.
questions. And sometimes it works for a season and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It just works for a season or it doesn't. So I thought that was like a really great framing. I like that.
Yeah, and I would encourage parents to have this conversation with their kids too, because generationally, some generations really take pride in staying somewhere for a long time. But I
Yes.
think the current trends in employment are not doing that. And so I would
Right.
just love a family conversation around like, hey, why do you want to stay long term somewhere? And why are you willing to leave somewhere shorter and see, what the
Right.
commonalities are in that conversation? I think that'd be cool.
Yep.
And what was the name of the podcast again? Off the record?
Off the record, AWF.
Okay,
I think
off
her
the
name is like Jeanette Reyes. She's that you probably have seen her before. She's like the anchor woman voice.
record. I
And
think I
she be
have seen.
like, she went viral when she was like talking to scammers on the phone
Yes,
or something like
I
that.
saw
Yeah.
her before.
So
Yeah.
she has a podcast called Off the Record. And I don't listen to it all that often, but that clip came up. So it was good stuff.
Okay. Very good stuff. So one of the ones that tickled my funny bone this week was it's an old video. The most I've seen it is on NBC News, but a lot of people have shared it now. But it's NBC News 2024, January 19th. This black man named Mr. Timothy Snipe saved his little bitty chihuahua from a coyote.
Mm.
So he is out here in his robe, his bathrobe, a red bathrobe with his slides on. And the coyote is trying to get his little dog Roxy, a little chihuahua that looks like it weighs about 10 pounds. Let me tell you why this tickled me so much. Because the minute I saw it, number one, you know how I feel about my dog and how Calvin feels
Rockaboo,
about my dog. We're gonna look
rockaboo,
out for our doggy, okay? It's our doggy. I'm
rockaboo.
calling it our doggy because she be included in these conversations about the dog. But one of the things that was so funny about it, so it's the video looks as if his Ring camera recorded him in his backyard, and his dog is back there, and you see the coyote coming to try to get the dog. Well, here's the thing. First of all, his dog was about that life. His little 10-pound dog was about that life. His little 10-pound dog was trying to get at that coyote, okay?
Mm,
Was
boy.
not scared of the coyote. But the thing that was the funniest was how the dog was acting once his daddy had the coyote. Because here's what Mr. Snipe did. Mr. Snipe picked the coyote up by his
Oh!
tail, picked up the coyote because he wasn't gonna let the coyote get his dog. His dog name is Roxy. The coyote could not get Roxy. So he got the coyote in his hand and put the coyote in the trash dumpster and closed the lid until the animal control could come. But the thing
Mm-mm.
you gotta see him. You gotta see him basically in his drawers with his red with his red house coat on and his slippers as he is saving Roxy from the coyote. But here's what I thought, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this little metaphor. And
Oh, here we go. We gotta learn, y'all. Hold on.
leave y'all with this little metaphor. That's how God is for us too.
Oh, she dropping some word on you.
That's how God is for us too. It's the first thing I thought. I thought I could be that little Roxy, thinking I'm big enough and bad enough to handle something. And then God come on the scene, grab that joker up by his tail and get rid of it for me. And I just want to encourage you. If you go and you look up Mr. Timothy Snipe, his dog Roxy, and this was in South Carolina, great funny video. Mr. Snipe said, "Ain't nothing about to mess with Roxy. Ain't nothing about to mess with Roxy." The poor little coyote got put in the trash dumpster and closed the lid.
And here's the thing, and this is why this is
Yes.
funny to me.
What?
I hate coyotes. Coyotes actually scare me because the idea that something will come in your backyard and snatch something, like the idea, and coyotes seem to be just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like to me they are very similar to like wolves, and I just be thinking
They
of wolves as
are.
like,
And in the
are you?
communities
I
where
really
they
do think,
are.
are we in Walnut Grove? Why is there a coyote in somebody's backyard?
Mhm.
And so I really am very very mindful of that. But I probably would fight a coyote over Rocky. I probably would. I probably would. I
That's
would.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
like, I
That's
probably
what
would be like,
you not today,
like and
not
I
today,
don't. It's not like I have
coyote.
no bunch of weapons around, but I probably would fight a coyote for Rocky. Like if here's the thing, Rocky would be knucking and bucking. Is the thing
Rocky
he
was
would be
acting
doing?
like
He would
Rocky.
be doing the same thing.
He
So
would. But here's the thing, like for in those communities where coyotes, mountain lions, those kind of things are, prevalent.
they all in the same
Right.
category for
And
me.
even on your little dogs, hawks try to take the little dogs now.
Uh
So they have.
uh
Yes, like a little 5-pounder dog, 3-pounder dog. So a lot of people that have the little baby dogs like that, what are the miniature or teacups, they have spikes on their harnesses. so that a hawk can't grab them without getting spiked.
I did
Because
not
hawks
know
have
that.
taken off with people animals. And who's the woman, one of the women that I think is with Kev on stage, her dog was killed last year from
Oh, yeah, it was
coyote.
Angel. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
got in the
I remember that.
yard,
I
a
remember that.
coyote did, or a mountain lion or something like that. So it's a very real possibility in some communities that, those wild animals, they all, it's just the animal kingdom. But I'm just gonna tell you, Roxy was about that life. Her daddy, I would dap him up for how he looked out for Roxy. And the metaphor for me when I saw it, I felt like I was like, that's how I do you. A situation show up, you be thinking you got it, you really don't, but I jumps in it
Mm.
and I takes care of it.
My God, my
Next.
God. My God, my God.
Well, I'm just telling you. Did I not send you the video?
I don't think you did.
I will then. I will send it to you. I think I sent it to you and Lauren, but I don't know if you watched it.
First of all, y'all, it'd be a lot of videos. It's like a full like, keeping up with the videos when
No.
so my college kid is probably sends me the most videos, then my other teenager, and then my oldest, and then my second oldest. So, but, like, it'd be 5 different you got all these different chats coming through and all this, so I may be behind on my reading, right? I
Yes.
may be behind on my watching. Okay,
Yes.
so this one, and I do have this person's name. So this person's name is Shantae, and she made this post about feminine energy. And I thought about this because you were talking about Gina DeVee recently, but she said being in survival mode strips us of our feminine energy.
It does.
And she kind of talked about what in the video, she talked about what you can do, like what like this awareness that she's having. And it is so true. And I think the other thing that people don't realize is the shifting, like we talked about soft girl living, right, on even on the podcast, right? But the shifting that is required to get into softness, like a lot of times we think is things that it's not, and we ignore things that it actually is. So to be in that feminine energy, which is one of my goals for 2026, is to spend as much time as possible in feminine energy because I think that's
Ooh.
the receipt, right? I
Can
think
I
you
hold you accountable?
did I ask for that? I don't think I did.
Why are you rejecting headlocks? What?
Why would I want a daily headlock for something I'm working through? Why would I want that? Why would anybody sign up for that?
It's okay. You done told us, so we gonna let you know anyway. You done told us all now. Go ahead.
I'm working on that because one of the things that I know about myself is that my natural instinct, based upon the experiences that I've had in my life, is
Yes.
to shift into a masculine energy. And I don't think that is necessary, like at all. Like, I don't think that's necessary for me to receive what it is that I want to receive or have what I want to have or do what I want to do. So it is I'm elevating my awareness of what energy state I'm in. And so you had mentioned Gina DeVee this week
Mhm.
about something. I don't even remember what it was about, but she's someone who really promotes that. And it's one of those things that I don't hear enough Black women talking about. And I would
Mm.
like to hear more of us having conversations. Jackie Aina, that's not her last name anymore, but that's how she became known. I
Mhm.
To me, she isn't necessarily super like I wouldn't call her overly feminine. Like it doesn't. She's not performatively feminine, but she just
Mhm.
oozes femininity to me. And
Mhm.
she's a business owner, and she's a wife, and she's she's a caregiver, and she like sometimes shares about like caregiving for her family and stuff like that. But to me, she always does it from a place of femininity, and it made me think about how can you do what you do in feminine energy.
And how are you defining feminine energy?
In the energy of number 1, being able to receive, right?
Yes.
Being
Yes.
soft, being
Yes.
able to care, not having to force or, struggle or stress or strain, but just being able to be in flow. Being in
Yes.
flow is a big one for me. Flow is a
I
big
agree.
one for me.
I agree.
Um Bringing comfort, whether you are actually doing something or it's just your presence, to me, that's feminine energy, right? Like, if I enter a space, I wanna enter that space and have it, like, usher in peace and comfort with me. To me, that's a
Mhm.
very feminine thing. So, those are things that I'm prioritizing when I think about future version of me, like, she operates in her feminine energy, and it hasn't been my set point, so it's something that I'm being really intentional about, and I just thought I enjoyed seeing that somebody else had a similar thought. Because when you are, and I think right now, the energy of like the stress, the economy, inflation, whatever happens with this administration, like it's a very easy to slide into survival mode constantly, which takes you out of your feminine energy, which actually I think
Yes.
makes things harder. So it's just something I will be working on in 2026. And no, I
Yes.
do not ask for your help.
Okay, well, I won't hold you accountable. I'll just mention if I see you out of it. Mhm.
Oh, is that not the same thing? Are we just calling it something different? It's actually the same thing.
Exactly what we doing. We just calling it something different. We just calling it something different. Yes. So I love that because you know that I am always endeavoring to be in that space of feminine energy, and I think that's where we're supposed to be.
Right.
There's something about it. We are designed to be in that juice and in that space, and we have to fight for it sometimes. But I think that that's exactly what we
Mhm.
should do. I think we should go ahead and fight for it and just stay there and be in that space. Because I think I even made a post sometime in the last 2 weeks about um guarding your softness like it's treasure
Mm.
because it is. And that doesn't mean that you're not strong, and it doesn't mean that
Right.
you're not capable or anything like that, but it does mean that you will not allow yourself to have to be who you're not.
Right. Right.
Okay, love it. All right, well, I'll finish the last one.
Let's
I'll just tell you what I've been curious about. So, as we're listening in the news about what's happening with healthcare and about premium skyrocketing and things like that, when I was doing my Goldman Sachs in fellowship a couple years ago, I met a person who had a plan that you could pay into and it will help support you during catastrophic medical concerns. So, I've saved a couple of videos in my TikTok about people who physicians who have those kind of programs, and I just wanna share
Mhm.
that idea with our community. So if you are a
Mhm.
person whose premiums are skyrocketing or you have a family or friend who is concerned about having health coverage now that they are gutting um, Affordable Care Act and things like that, there are physicians who have concierge medical practices where you can just pay to be a member of their practice and have insurance that way. And so one of the videos, hold on if I can find it. One of the videos that I saved was about that. But the colleague that I met during my fellowship, he is a physician's assistant, and started a company called Alive and Well. But he is in, I think, Utah, and I don't know if his service is available across state lines. But I know a physician here in Indianapolis that does something very similar.
Right.
So I just want to encourage people if you are concerned about not having medical insurance or being able to afford medical insurance and you want to just know what some of the options are, there are ways to do that. So here is an example. This person here, she's in Orange County, California, and they're calling it direct primary care. Direct primary care is one of the words or one of the phrases you can use to search for it. But she's talking about the different prices that they've been able to negotiate for imaging, like for mammogram and
Mhm.
MRI, if you are a part of this concierge part of their practice. So if you have a physician, even if you have a physician who's changing the way that they're going to do business as far as whether or not they're going to accept insurance, you might just consider looking around for some concierge services. And those services can be in health, in your primary medical, but they could be in your dental. They could also
Mhm.
be in your more holistic, like your chiropractor. So if your insurance is going to go through changes and you're worried about some of that, and you're the kind of person who wants to keep some kind of coverage, I've been saving videos like that. So this person, her name is Jihan Ansari, Jihansari, medical doctor. So she's one of the
Mhm.
ones that had that conversation, and there are others. So just keeping that in mind that there are concierge practices now, and sometimes people are making house calls, like to have your physician. Yes, to have your physician be someone that you can call and that can easily get you in and quickly get you in. So if your health insurance is changing and you're concerned about that, I just wanted to share that information.
Very good. Yeah, and honestly, that is something that I'm even recommending to some of my clients as they are, because there's a lot of therapists who don't want to provide therapy in the same way with the insurance companies the way that they have been, or they have, in the back in the day, a lot of insurances, if you had mental health coverage, it wasn't subject to deductible, so you just had a copay just like your office visit. And now, as deductibles have climbed, more and more people, their mental health is subject to the deductible, which means that they have to meet their deductible before anything kicks in. So, for some people, it doesn't necessarily, in terms on the mental health side, it doesn't really benefit them. Their insurance doesn't really benefit them. So I'm suggesting to like my clients that I'm helping to grow their private practice, like, hey, we might want to, let's look at your numbers and actually create a plan similar to this direct care model for your practice because you might think that you have to go jump through hoops with the insurance company and fight them for 27 cents. And maybe you really don't have to at all. But also for therapists who maybe don't have health coverage, that's another option for them is that direct primary care model. So I think it's always good for us to. I know that this model has existed for a long time, but it
Yeah.
wasn't something that people really talked about before, but I do think that the more that there's this kind of rift between what people want in terms of insurance coverage and what is being offered to them, I think that there'll be more people that are open to the possibility of that because here's the thing, and it's not saying that you can't have both, because I know some people, they have like a catastrophic plan through work or something that's like very low, out-of-pocket expenses, but it only is gonna cover you if something goes majorly wrong, but you still wanna have that day-to-day coverage, and I really like, I looked into this and still might end up going this direction at some point in the very near future, but when I looked it up, I feel like it was maybe under $300 for me and my minor children, and it included unlimited virtual visits for all 3 of us,
Yes.
plus, regular, like a annual physical, and, she can write prescriptions and all those different things. So it didn't cover like prescription coverage necessarily, but they've created partnerships with some of these other companies so that, you can keep things in a reasonable cost. So I say all that to say, like, there's always a way. There's
Right.
always a way, and just
Right.
be open to the possibilities, which
That's
I think
that's
is
all I was
feminine
gonna say was
energy.
possibility. Right. That's all I was gonna that is a feminine energy. That's all I was gonna say is this it's just about possibility. And so if the door is closing or if you're concerned that the door is closing, just open up yourself to the opportunity that there may be another way and you can figure it out. Even when we think about like that place was called, I think Any Lab Test Now, you can get like
Mhm,
tests every year and it's pretty affordable. I've seen like where I go to get my mammograms, they have some out of pocket costs that are very
mhm,
affordable for that and other types of imaging and x-rays too. And then the concierge medical, I know that on some of those concierge medicals, unlimited visits.
yeah,
Unlimited visits and hearing back from your physician, in a quick amount of time too. So
right.
there is a way. Just be encouraged because it's always possible.
Everything's possible in Love You to Life land.
Love you to Lifeline, baby. Baby, you better get some residency up here and love you to Lifeline, baby.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All
Period.
right, y'all. Well, that is the group chat for this week. Hopefully, you found something that inspired you, motivated you, gave you a little giggle. As per usual, check the description around this video or audio that you are listening to and make sure you're following us. And then tag us in the good stuff because we want to see it too.
Tag us. Why y'all not tagging us? Now tag us now.
We want to see it. We'll see you
Okay.
guys next time.
Love
Bye bye.
y'all. Bye.